Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome today's LinkedIn live session. Today we have the honor of having Mr. Chirag Kapadia, CEO and Director of TACTPRO Consulting Private Limited, a business consulting advisor, technology service specialist, and an author of three books. Mr. Chirag brings in a wealth of knowledge on blockchain technologies and has authored three books which are on Amazon. Today, we'll have Chirag sharing his insights on unraveling the blockchain mystery. We are excited to learn from his experience and meaningful discussion. So, without further ado, please join us welcoming Mr. Chirag Kapadia to the event. Hi, Chirag. Good evening. Welcome to our show.
Hi, Prem Kumar. Good evening. So
How are
thanks
you?
for yeah.
Sir, just to start with, can you share your experience of authoring the books on specifically to the blockchain technologies for the audience to understand where we stand? And you have three books into your this one. If you can
Right.
brief on those three books, it would be a great help for us.
Yeah. So so actually, Prem Kumar, as you seen that I brought into blockchain since last 5 6 years. Like before 5 years, this blockchain journey has started, and at that point of time, blockchain is like just a buzzword. People didn't know anything about that, and I started my consulting journey, and then I moved into blockchain, and I understood that blockchain has some potential to change the world, right? And I done a lot of research, like done I understood what is a private blockchain, what is a public blockchain, how enterprise blockchain can be benefited other than crypto. So what is the non-crypto power, and that has inspired me to write something on non-crypto power of blockchain. So what I did, I started the series of blockchain use cases. So use cases means like how blockchain can be benefited other than crypto, and the enterprise blockchain, how it can change the world. And that has brought me, and even I started writing within last 1 year, and three books I have that is on Amazon. So one is blockchain in real estate, another is blockchain in insurance, and another is on marketing and blockchain. So these three books, I still the writing is going on. So other use cases will keep coming on. Sorry, your voice is not audible.
Blockchain is a big topic which I think there's a lot to do with it, and it has varies of use cases. So use cases keep coming up, and that's how things happen. Sir, what sparked your interest on blockchain technology, and how do you see revolutionary various industries, sir?
Okay. See, after 2 decades of IT industry experience, right, I encountered in my last assignment, I encountered blockchain technology. While the project was how farmers subsidy can get transferred to their account directly from governments through blockchain network, and that was the project. Was I was involved in my last assignment, and I understood that blockchain is immense power. Means like it's people just take it blockchain as a cryptocurrency, right? And it has more than cryptocurrency. That as I dwell into blockchain, endeavor after that, and it was eye opening. That has potentially I started to get more and more information on blockchain, and that has given me blockchain promises, and that's how the blockchain journey started. So I can say it was like last assignment in my job when I was in job before 6 years back. At that point of time, blockchain was a buzzword, and I started blockchain journey from that point of time.
E- Even today, blockchain is a buzzword for many of them. For
Right.
those who are new to blockchain, can you explain in simple terms and share real life examples of its applications
Okay.
by means? You
Uh,
have given it as you started with insurance and real estate, two places. Okay, what are the other things that we can look at using of
Right. See, let me first explain, how blockchain can be, differentiated from the traditional applications. See, if technical person understand that any application or any technology, it has a three-layer applications, like whether it's a web presentation, app and we can say database. So application, web, and database. These are the layer app, three-layer applications architecture, right? And when we talk about database, it is a centralized database, right, for any applications which are running in uh, traditional network, right? While we talk about when we talk about blockchain, blockchain is a decentralized application, right? So let me break down in simple terms. See, imagine blockchain is a digital ledger, and it's a record book that stores information in a way that is transparent, secure, and immutable. See, immutable means the things which goes into ledger that cannot be muted, that cannot be deleted, that cannot be altered, right? So that is the power of blockchain technology. And how it works, like, see there are many use cases of blockchain, but in simple terms, when we are talking blockchain, the people understand the blockchain is the cryptocurrency and bitcoin is the first application of blockchain, right? So if I give correct use case of blockchain, that instead of one central authority like a bank or government controlling the ledger, the information is stored across the nodes, across the network of computers. That is called nodes. And each block in the chain contains a number of transactions, and each block is linked to the previous block. It means no one can break that chain, and that is called blockchain as a whole, right? So and the cryptography is another core technology, underlying technology, or underlying, what we can say, underlying aspect of blockchain. And see, when we are talking about real time examples, see, one popular application of blockchain technology, as I told, it's a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, right? So when you make a Bitcoin transactions, uh, it gets added to a block, and miners, who are essential individuals or groups with powerful computers, validate and add these transactions to the blockchain through a process called mining. So that is mining. This is a bit technical, but I'm trying to, give the least technical example, the least possible way, right? So once a transaction is added to the blockchain, it becomes a permanent part of the ledger, and it cannot be altered or deleted. So that's how blockchain formed. It gets formed in blockchain network. Now, when we talk about use cases, supply chain, retail, education, uh, even real estate, and yeah, the anti-counterfeiting, wherever anti-counterfeiting issues are there, blockchain is the best measure. So these are the blockchain use cases, right? So basically, in simple terms, we can keep it in one line that there is no central authority, that is secured, encrypted, and immutable records keeping system, that is called blockchain. Does does it answer your questions?
Yes, yes, it does. So, yeah, so it's a distributed ledger, is what you're saying, and it is not a centralized system. That is what you're saying about it, and
Right.
it is easy to maintain as well, is what you're saying. What would be the impact of blockchain on industries like supply chain and healthcare, which see, healthcare, if you look at, is one of the major issues, or where you have large data, which is personalized data, and lot of things can happen if I can have the healthcare pieces involved with blockchain. What could be the impacts on these two industries?
See, as I told, that blockchain has immense potential to revolutionize various sectors, right, by offering transparency, security, and efficiency, right? Now, when we talk about healthcare, so blockchain ensures secure transactions, sharing of patient data, means like healthcare is all about patients and doctors and even medicines, right? So the data amongst providers, whatever, whoever, stakeholders who requires data of patients, uh, that can be taken care by a blockchain in terms of secured manner, right? It also enhance care coordination, right? So and it protects the privacy of the patient, right? So these are the basic benefits in healthcare. Moreover, is it can track the authenticity of the pharmaceuticals, preventing counterfeit drugs, right? Because that is the major market of anti-counterfeiting drugs, right? Like it is like there is huge issues in counterfeit or duplications of drugs, right? So from entering that market, it can be prevent through blockchain, right? And apart from that, healthcare supply chain management can be benefited by blockchain to trace products from origin to destination. So same case with medicines also. So from its origin to destination, each and every transactions and each and every details can be recorded in terms of blockchain records, and that can be available in ledger of all the people who are involved in the blockchain. So that is what I can say. It's the biggest benefit in healthcare industries and supply chain industries.
Now that you can touch upon a very important industry which you authored a book again on real estate and insurance.
Right.
Healthcare we did, but how are these industries with your authoring of two books? What can be the extracts that we can take on these two industries based on your book and your experience of writing those two books, sir?
Okay, right. So that's a fantastic question because I have not touched upon that because that is already mentioned in the book. So I thought readers will go and understand.
They'll go, but if you can give them a gist on
Right.
how have you covered, because these pointers, when you're specifically talking about two industries, we said supply chain and
Right.
healthcare. Now, as you authored two books, if you can give a gist that can bring in more references for the books to be read much more in detail, and they can relate to what you have discussed on those books. Which,
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely. See. Let me first talk about real estate, right? So how it can be beneficial or how it can be applied in real estate domain, right? See, real estate as of now in real estate, we can say that the investment of real estate is huge across the globe, and even in India, uh, there are many transactions per second is being done across the you know this particular real estate industry, right? Now, if someone wants to invest in real estate, then the ticket size starts from, let's say, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, or more than that nowadays, right? Now, here the blockchain can be fractionized those investment in terms of tokenization. So that is the biggest advantage of real estate blockchain domain. There are many other ways like smart contracts implementations between brokers and lenders, and even while buying the property or while purchasing the property, agreement can be converted into smart contract. But I'm talking about the tokenizer because that is where I written the book. That tokenizer is the biggest advantage because when you distribute your 50 lakhs rupees or 1 crore investment into different tokens, and one token cost is, let's say, 5,000 rupees. So anyone who has 5,000 rupees can be invested in the property in form of token, and the more people will join in that network, the more token value will be increased. So automatically the people who invested in the token can be benefited in terms of their investment increment, right? So that is the main use case of blockchain in real estate. Now in insurance, again, insurance is a sector which is very regulated sector, right? Means like there are many regulations, and the contract which we sign when we take any insurance from any insurance company, we even don't bother to read or to go through entire agreement what insurance companies are asking us to sign. Now, let's say if we apply this thing in blockchain network like insurance, so uh, the agreement can be formed into smart contract, and whenever any terms gets, like it get meet up with the conditions, like whenever any conditions are getting matched, the automatically smart contract will trigger the actions, and that actions can be converted into, let's say, your maturity of the insurance policy, or the surrender values, or if any death happens, then automatically the transactions can be you know uh, triggered through the smart contract, and all the transactions and all the values, whatever is required in that particular network, that can be in secure format, encrypted format, and even available at the ledger of each and every individual. So these are certain use cases of insurance. There are many more in insurance segment, because we have to understand the each and every process of insurance, and each and every process can be applied into blockchain through to bring more security and more efficiency. That's what I can say. Has I Have I answered your question?
Yes, yes, it did. So, if the audience wants to look at having more knowledge on the topics that Chirag Kapadia
Yeah,
has told on these two books, they are available on Amazon. You can purchase them, have a review, and if you want to have a talk, you can talk or connect with Chirag on this podcast where his LinkedIn profile he's mentioned. We'll share the LinkedIn profile link at the later stage. Coming back to our, let's delve in little into the concept of decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs.
right. See, I guess like before understanding DAO, we need to understand more on the blockchain basic concept, right?
Okay.
Because when we understand, blockchain can be implemented in decentralized network. So you need to understand what is immutability of the blockchain, what are different, what are the different elements of the blockchain apart from immutability, transparency, security, and decentralized in nature, right? So
Okay.
I guess DOA is a complete bigger topic, but we can say that like, see, there are several exciting blockchain projects and
Hmm.
innovation making waves in the industry, right? One of the noteworthy example, we can say it's a DOA, or we can say it's a like decentralized platform, let's say Ethereum, right? And decentralized application DApps, right? So these are the different you know topics of the blockchain, even NFT, DeFi. So we can keep talking on the blockchain. This all different aspect. But DOA is completely separate topic, and I guess we should have a separate discussion on that. So if you can keep that separate from this discussion, that will be great, because I don't want to touch upon the point which is not that much relevant in terms of larger audience, because DOA is a concept, you know
Okay.
whole technology, and first we need to explain the technology to the users before we getting into DOA,
Oh, okay.
right?
We'll dwell into that session. I think we can have another session only specific to DAO.
Right.
So we'll do that. Coming back again, what would be the captive real world example case study showing disruptive power across various domains?
Okay. Right. Yeah, so that's what we keep discussing on different this thing, right? Like use cases. We have discussed on insurance. We have discussed on real estate. We have discussed on what you can say,
Hospitality and
right?
hospitals and
Yeah,
supply
so
chain. Yeah.
let me add a couple of more things. Like, see, Ethereum's, right? So Ethereum, it's a separate network of blockchain, and Ethereum's versatility has sparked multitude of innovative projects across various sectors in blockchain, including decentralized finance, that is DeFi, a non-fungible token, that is NFT, and supply chain management, right?
Okay.
See, another promising innovation in recent world, you can say that Polkadot is another multi-chain network that enables different blockchains to interoperate and share information with each other. So that is again a different blockchain network, right? And it's interoperability between blockchain networks, right? Its unique architecture allows for scalability, security, and customization. I'm talking about the Polkadot multi-chain network. That is an innovative concept of blockchain. Then we have discussed on healthcare, right? So, like healthcare projects like MedRec, that is one project which leverage blockchain technology to securely store and share patient health records, improving data accessibility, integrity, and while maintaining project integrity. So, this is what another use case, right? I'm just giving an example of one applications, but there are many applications there in the world, right? Now, apart from that. Few initiatives like Filecoin and IPFS. This aims to revolutionize data, stage, and distribution by utilizing decentralized networks and ensuring greater security. Right. So greater security means like see this technology itself is evolving day by day. So new players come in, new concept come in, and they keep evolving this technology, keep enhancing this technology, and compared to traditional centralized systems that bring more and more secure decentralized system. Yes, right. So these are the project represent just a glimpse of existing innovations happening around, but there are many more, and we can keep adding it. Like education, there is one project going on in US, and I guess it's already rolled out for the degree certificates. Gets you know gets implemented into blockchain network where each and every degree of the students can be converted into blockchain record, and that can be like each record will have a complete details of the students from the schools to college and their mark sheets and the results and everything, right? So when anyone wants to see if anyone wants to validate or cross check like universities, because there is a this is the biggest problem where you are applying student visa to outside India or outside your country. At that point of time, the college or universities cross check your records. For that, they are either using some central systems. In some countries it's available, in few countries it's not
Hmm,
available,
not a-
or they are sending mails or letters to the universities or colleges where studied. So
hmm,
they have to send back the authentications or authorization in terms of email reply. Now these entire systems can be brought into blockchain network, and every details of the students can be recorded into blockchain. And then anyone wants to validate that, they have to just use that application, the blockchain applications, and by giving the code or by giving the ID of the student, they can get everything on their fingertips, and that too secured, and with the public key and private key mechanisms, cryptography basic concept, so no one can even tamper it. So that's another use case of blockchain. Uh, have
Thank you for that.
yeah,
Oh, yes, yes, you did answer clearly. I think on the education side, that is very important because we see a lot of miscommunication happening on the certificates not being valid. Some of them, where it becomes up and down for the universities to validate their background credentials. That would be a real boon if that gets implemented across.
right.
What are the biggest misconceptions people have about blockchain,
Uh,
and how can we
right.
remove them?
So, see, the simple answer of this question is like blockchain is not equal to Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin is equal to
Correct.
blockchain, but blockchain is not a Bitcoin. Means it's not only Bitcoin.
Hmm.
So many people believe that blockchain is all about cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, right? But it is much more than that. Its non-crypto power is immense. It's a technology that can change many industries beyond just digital money, right? For example, it can track goods in supply chain, ensure the integrity of healthcare records, or even make voting systems more transparent. Yeah, I forgot the use case of voting system, right? So that I can add here, like the voting system, right? So
Hmm.
that is another. So misconception is like people are just taking it as a cryptocurrency. So it is not that. Second misconception, what I experienced so far as a consultant, because I am in this industry since last 5 years, giving a lot of trainings and acting as an industry speaker in academics as well as corporates, and talking to various companies across the world to understand their their mindset about blockchain. So what I found, that people are saying that it's like it's public ledger, so anyone can have access of data, so it is very dangerous. So it's not like that,
mm,
right? It's a completely secure manner. The ledger is available across the system. It doesn't mean that anyone can open that ledger. It has encryption mechanism. It has public key private key mechanism. It has SHA 256 kind of algorithm behind cryptography, right? So it is completely secure, right? Second, people are third point, right? People are saying that the misconception is like it's not traceable. Like if I do any transactions on Bitcoin or blockchain network, and if I lose my money, it's not traceable. So that's not the
mm.
case. It's completely traceable, and even it's up to maximum extent it can be traceable. uh, it is decentralized in nature, right? But it doesn't mean that it is not traceable, because when centralized systems and decentralized system, these two comes into picture, the conception is like if it is a decentralized, when it is very difficult to trace. So it's not the uh, case with the blockchain, right? And the final, I can say, the some some viewer readers or viewers, or even blockchain developers are thinking that it's too complex for everybody to use, or for every day to use, I can say, right? But it's not like that. See, I experiencing, and I what you can say, witnessing the changes of blockchain 1.0 and today's blockchain. We can say we are into web 3.0, right? So when the blockchain started, at that point of it was completely different technology altogether. So the efforts are underway to simplify it. User friendly interfaces, educational resources are being developed to make blockchain more and more accessible to the general public, right? Additionally, there is misconceptions that only big companies can be benefited from blockchain. So even that is not the true either, right? Because small businesses and individuals can leverage blockchain for various purposes, like crowdfunding, right? Crowdfunding can be a decentralized finance, right? And that can
Yeah,
be applied on the blockchain network. So even anyone, like if one person wants funding for their idea, they can go for a crowdfunding platform that they can use the blockchain technology, right? So see, by addressing this kind of misconceptions, we can better understand the blockchain's potential is to transform industries and empower individuals worldwide. So it's not just a crypto. That's what I want to give message here, that it's not just about crypto. It has more non-crypto power of technology, and that's what we have to leverage. Right? That's it.
So
Yeah.
you addressed many of the pointers in a single question that I had in my mind. But what are the challenges when businesses take to overcome these adoptions?
Right.
The current challenges, what they are facing, and how they can adopt to overcome these business
Yes. So
challenges.
now,
That's one thing that we want to understand,
right, right.
because everybody wants to have, see, as you rightly said, blockchain is referred as a cryptocurrency only, nothing else.
Right.
Beyond that, they don't understand. If you say blockchain, it is equal to cryptocurrency, whether it is Ethereum or Bitcoin
Right.
or any other technology, Bitcoin currency that is there, cryptocurrency is
Right.
there. But you have referred to many of the points how it can be used. But we would like to understand what would be the roadblocks that they have to adopt it, and how to overcome it
Right.
when they adopt blockchain.
Yeah, see, if this question is like, it coming during every discussion of blockchain, because, this technology is there since last, 10 years in the market, we can say.
Yeah,
But, every year we keep hearing that, like, how it can be, like, what are the challenges to adapt it, or to like to go
yeah,
forward with
yeah,
blockchain. So this question's answer is, getting what we can say, getting enhanced day by day, because the answer was there before 5 years back. It is not the problem at current level. right? So we can say that, see, scalability is the one point which is the major roadblock, because in blockchain network, to handle large number of transactions efficiently, securely, and that too in fraction of seconds, it is bit crucial at this point of time.
Mm.
So the number of transaction per second was less earlier. Now it is
Mm.
higher, but still long way to go, because if you compare to visa transactions or banking transactions or other financial transactions compared to blockchain network transactions, we are still far behind. So that is one roadblock we can say. It's adoption, and people are working on that. So new technologies and new way of like algorithms around it, it's getting implemented, right? The second roadblocks or second challenges, we can say, it's interoperability issues arise between different blockchain networks, because there are many blockchain networks across the world, and sometimes it cannot communicate seamlessly with each other, right? So that is another challenge for that. Major exchanges and major players in blockchain are working, and if someone, because blockchain is a like kind of open source network, right? So no one owns it, and when no one owns it, the interoperability is a question, because who will do the transactions and who will manage the transactions between two networks. And if that is the scenario, then it will be difficult for the you know uh, people who do the transactions. So that questions is getting slow down the overall adoption. But yeah, that is also overcome through different technology changes, right? Third and major and most roadblock or challenges, we can say, it's a regulatory uncertainties, because that is
Mm.
like different countries having a different policy to handle blockchain networks, to handle cryptocurrencies and all, right? In India also there is a gray area as of now, and other countries also, few countries are widely adopting that, few countries are not even accepting any kind of blockchain transactions. So that regulatory uncertainties, it is difficult for businesses to navigate compliances, legal concerns, right? And the standardized protocol complicates, right? So what we can say, that standardized protocols, right, between blockchain technologies and the regulations issues, the protocols are not clear, which create a problem for the businesses and the user to adopt it. So these are the roadblocks, we can say, or the obstacles. But the any roadblocks or any obstacles can be overcome through proactive steps, and that's what every country is doing. As of now in India also, we are coming up with our own you know like blockchain network, in terms of CBDC, or it's a
Mm.
official digital currency of India, right? So that will be on blockchain network, but that not up to 100% public network. That is with the government policies and the regulations. So once that will be in public, definitely this technology will have a more you know adoption and more visibility, right? And sometimes investment, the research and development to enhance scalability, interoperability, and the collaborating with regulators to establish clear guidelines, that issues create a problem for the investors, and they are not investing huge a fund which they were doing in the past, right? So when blockchain was before 5 years back, there is a huge investment. Slowly,
Mm.
during COVID time, the investment got reduced, and when the cryptocurrency got down, again the investment in blockchain projects got completely wiped out. Now the time is like,
Mm.
again, investors are bringing their money to blockchain to fund blockchain projects. So these are the challenges and the roadblocks. But what I believe and what I experience in my 5 6 years journey, that this will definitely change the world, and all the overcomes, or all the challenges which are there, can be overcome by implementing right actions. Hope you got the answer for that.
Yes, sir. One, you touched upon central currency that we are talking about in India.
Right.
Now, now with blockchain, how do we envisage block? change shaping the future of finance, especially again on healthcare and other key sectors.
Okay. To answer your question, like first, let me explain what is CBDC, right? So, CBDC is like
Yeah.
stands for Central Bank Digital Currency, right? So it's a
Okay.
digital form of country's currency that is issued and regulated by its central bank. So when it
Hmm.
is issued and regulated by central bank, whether it's India or any country, so it's like a regular
Okay.
money, right? It's like a regular
Hmm.
money, but it's in digital form and it's backed by the government. So CBDC can be used
Okay.
for everyday transactions like physical cash or electronic payments, and that will change the world. That will change the entire gamut of you know like currencies market. But yeah, that is
Hmm.
depending on the what we can say country to country differs, right? India is equipped
Hmm.
and getting equipped for that. Even we are bringing up with a lot of policies around it, and blockchain policies and digital currency policies already in place now, so we can get a lot of traction and a lot of changes in this blockchain network and the adoption in blockchain in India, right? Now coming back to your question, like that how it can be implemented in healthcare and other domain, and what changes they can brought, right? See, healthcare domain, like as of now, all the patients data, whatever are there in the uh, in form of whether it's a digital form or physical form, right? Those data is like it's not accessible to even patient or to doctors when it's really needed, right?
Hmm.
And another point is like there is no guarantee of the data that it cannot be tampered or it cannot be malfunctioned due to various practices of healthcare domain. That's what people have perception in the mind, that this healthcare domain is not that much ethical in terms of practices, right? So that's where blockchain can be a game changer, right? Apart from that, where when you are getting admitted in the hospital, at that point of time you have to go with all past records, all the data and all
Hmm.
the reports and everything. See, imagine a scenario where everything is there on your like wallet, a blockchain wallet,
Hmm.
and when when you are getting admitted in the hospital, there you just showcase your wallet, and hospital have complete data of your past records of entire life, right? And if that is
Hmm.
possible,
Hmm.
then the entire domain of healthcare will change. This is just a one use cases. Apart from that, I can say in healthcare domain itself is many use cases like counterfeiting of drugs, right? See, imagine you have bought one medicine strips from the shop, and like barcode you have on the strips, you have to just scan that barcode with your blockchain application, and your application will showcase where this particular medicine get manufactured, which place, which date, which time. From that it to up to that shop, how it reached, each and every transaction details is available at your fingertips. Then it's very easy to to anti counterfeiting of drugs business, right? So that's what uh, you can say, that entire game of healthcare as well as even finance will change by implementing blockchain in real time.
Yeah, I was reading a use case on the medical field where blockchain was implemented.
Right,
I'd like to add something here
right,
is what we saw is you have blockchain once it is getting implemented.
right,
The patient's records are being very specific and very sensitive. And if a doctor wants to look at the patient's records, he has to either take a permission or that person has to give them an
right.
OTP kind of a solution where you go to the doctor. Once you give the OTP, it gives you a solution, access to that records for the time of consulting.
Right.
After that, the doctor does not have the kind of data available for him to revalidate until the patient is
Yes.
available. that is one use case I was reading through. It is very interesting. And if you see now in India, at least if you go to one hospital, there are list of tests that are listed
Right,
out. And if you take that same test to another hospital, they say these are not valid because some of the parameters they have not taken up.
right,
So, with this, I think what they were telling is if there are 10 parameters that have to be checked, and if you have done five, the hospital that you are visiting now has to only look at five parameters which they don't have data with. So, that way, this helps is what I got to know and or understood based on that article that I was going through. Very insightful there, sir.
yeah. But
I think it will
to
revolutionize
support,
it. Now,
yeah, sorry. So
yeah,
actually, I was saying that to support to your statement, like, see, in one line we can say that clinical trials and research, right? So, like, that
yeah,
can be streamlined, right? Clinical trials, right? So
right.
because like, see, whenever the process of conducting clinical trials by securely recording and sharing trial data among
Hmm.
researchers, sponsors, and regulatory agencies, that's the biggest challenge of this industry. I have not touched upon that, and
Hmm.
that's why I'm adding this point that clinical trials and research is another use case of this healthcare. And top of it, when you talk about the doctors, the articles which you written, right, which you read, right? That is so billing and claims processing. That is also can
Hmm.
be brought into blockchain network. So that can simplify billing and claims process by automating verification process and reducing administrative overhead because that can be
Hmm.
possible through smart contract of blockchain. So this all
Okay.
can be change this healthcare domain.
Sir, what are the exciting blockchain projects or innovations that are making waves in the industry, sir? Some examples on that?
That's what I guess we've discussed. We've discussed that question like Polkadot is innovation and then healthcare Madrek leverage blockchain that is also be discussed and IPFS and Filecoin, right? So that is
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
These are
Hmm.
the different projects. Yeah. See, I'm involved in government blockchain association global. That is a one community of
Okay.
US Washington DC, and they have a
Hmm.
more than 100 chapters across the world. So I am handling one chapter being in Gujarat. So we keep talking on different like what we can say stakeholders across the world and different government people in another country that what actually they are uh, you know trying to bring through blockchain in
Hmm.
that particular government division or we can say that like so we are getting there are immense potential and immense use cases like see to manage the traffic uh, uh, of local city, right? They are bringing blockchain as a application. So we can say blockchain in government, the use cases are widely across the world. But I cannot give a name of those applications, because they are different from country to country. But yeah, they are doing like government is uses blockchain to track goods and services, like public goods and services through their government supply chain process. So in US, in New Jersey, they have come up with some kind of solution where the procurement process can be validated through supply chain blockchain to bring more integrity and efficiency. So, and that is to help prevent like, to help in corruption prevention, reduce inefficiency, and improve accountability of government. There are many use cases are there, but it uh, differs country to country. You got to answer what I'm.
Yes, sir. Yes, I got it. Give me a sec. Okay, sorry. Sir, coming back to innovation, what with the rise of NFTs, non-fungible
Uh,
tokens, what do you see blockchain transforming the digital art and collectible market?
See, if you see NFT, like the full form of NFT for the benefit of everyone, like it's a non fungible tokens, right? Now,
Yeah.
this was
Okay.
like
I,
when you seen last couple of years, before a couple of years, uh, there is
mm,
a huge, noise of NFT because many
mm,
big players started to get invested into NFTs, and even in India also, a few big celebrities have started investing in NFTs. So NFT has really shaken up the things, we can say, and in the digital art and collectible scene, we can say. But it is not limited to digital art and collectibles. It can be, brought, or it can be it can bring more and more domain. Let's say, imagine that NFTs are like a digital certificates that prove that you own something unique in the digital world. Like you have one painting, or you have one art, which is just created by you, and it is completely your property. But anyone can copy it, or anyone can even steal it, or anyone can. When it's a digital form, there is no authenticity, there is no ownership. So that's where
right.
NFT came into picture. That with blockchain, each item gets its own special stamp, ensuring its
Okay.
authenticity and ensuring that who it belongs to, right? So it's like, like we can consider that, it's a, when you have 100 rupee note and you are writing your name in that note, then you are giving
Mm,
note to anyone, that currency to anyone, but your name will be there on that note, right? So that's how, with digital asset, you can have your
mm,
own record, your stamp, and your address. So any no one can copy it, or can, you know can shared easily, right? But with the help of NFT, it can be shared easily across the globe, with the interest of, the person who owns it. Means he keeps getting royalty out of every transaction which is being made, right? So so the artist can sell their work as NFTs, that gives
okay.
guarantee that it's original, and earning royalties every time it changes, hands to hand. Whenever any change, it goes from one pocket to another pocket, or one wallet to another wallet, automatically, the artist will get some royalties. So that's how an NFT network works. And for collectors also, NFT offers a whole new way to trade digital art. Like buying an
Mm,
NFT means like you own the original piece, so it means you are a collector, right? Securely recorded on the blockchain, and it's like, one kind of item that is rare in the digital world, right? So NFT can bring this kind of benefits in you know particular digital world network. But nowadays, even it's not limited to digital art. Even you can sell it anything, your photographs, or your
mm,
coins, your old coins, like, or your any digital formed assets which you can convert it into
mm.
NFT that can be sold on online.
Okay. Great insight on that, sir. What role do you think government regulations will play in widespread adoption of blockchain technology?
Uh, okay. See, this is I'm not the right
Because
person
that is
to.
where the adoption comes in, right?
Right,
So if governments don't push it, it does not make it being a sustainable technology to be used.
right.
How is that governments are backing up? Now you spoke about CD, Central Digital Currency, right? One initiative is like that. What are other measures that government is helping
Right.
this blockchain technology to be
See, I'm
adopted
not the right
across?
person to talk about government, because that is against the, like the policy. But what we can say, I
Yeah.
can give my opinion that what government
Yeah.
regulations uh, can have a big impact, right? So, like, see how, see, definitely government regulations can bring big impact on how widely blockchain technologies getting used, right? Imagine
Mm,
that,
mm,
let's say, government creates rules and laws to make sure that things are fair and safe for everyone. So that is called
mm,
CBDC. It's not crypto, but CBDC, right? It's all authenticated digital assets. When it comes to
mm,
blockchain, regulations could affect things like how cryptocurrencies are traded, how digital assets are taxed, right? Taxed, and even how
Okay.
businesses use blockchain in their operations. So this all
Hmm.
can be affected through blockchain, through government policies and rules. See, people worry that too many regulations could slow down blockchain adoptions, but actually having clear rules could make business feel more confident about using blockchain. And that's where I believe that government has to come up with clear policies that what are the uh, tax implications if you do cryptocurrency transactions. If you like whether it's officially banned or officially accepted in each country, that that questions is has to be answered by clear cut regulations and policies, right? So regulations could also help to protect people from scams and fraud. So it means like people will have more confident on the cryptocurrency network if government will have a clear policies around it, right? So I can say people feel safer about using blockchain and cryptocurrency if government will have a clear currencies. And I guess in India we are already equipped with new blockchain policies. Our
Hmm.
finance minister has already given you know clear implications that 30% tax will be levied on each blockchain transactions. It means like it's not a officially banned, but yeah, if you do the transactions, then you have to pay the tax, right? So that is one policy in terms of cryptocurrency transactions. Now, apart from that, when you want to bring it in the enterprise segment, you will have a clear understanding that in enterprise segment how the cryptocurrencies, particular that cryptocurrency area will be uh, answered or will be taken care in enterprise network, because as of now, in India it cannot be exchanged, right? Cryptocurrency cannot be exchanged in to buy a goods or services. So if that is not the scenario, then we should not use it in blockchain. Either we have to use digital currency. So the answer of this question is like, unless until we have a clear government policies on this cryptocurrency regulations, we will have to follow the digital currencies regulations of the government, and we have to wait for clear cut guidelines of CBDC. Once CBDC will be available to retail market, then everything will be changed in terms of blockchain. That's what we can say. And my point to what we can say, the government, that if they really want to give uh, what we can say push to this technology, they have to apply it to the non-crypto power. They have to apply it to the non-crypto environment, even enterprise blockchain or government blockchain kind of projects, because that's where the less regulations will be uh, affected. It's like will be applied. Hope you got the answer. What I'm trying to say.
Yes, yes, I got the answer. One important point that I want to understand is how can individuals and businesses stay updated with the latest technology trends,
Okay.
and how it can be helpful for them is what is one question, which this is a personal question if you ask me. What is the latest trends and what are the developments that are happening?
Right.
Is there a is there a place or is there a blog or something which people can
Yeah, see,
refer
like
and you
any,
know?
yeah, so to answer your question is like any technology, whether it's AI or blockchain or any emerging technology,
Hmm.
like we are in the era where everything gets changed rapidly, right? Like within 5 years, the entire technology gets changed altogether,
Yeah.
right? So for individuals to like to cope up with the trend or to cope up with the new technology or emerging technology is very difficult unless until they
Hmm.
they they follow certain practices. So what I follow, or
Okay.
as a consultant or a trainer or as a blockchain emerging technology, like not blockchain, the emerging technology enthusiast, what I can say that, see, every individuals or business who wants to you know keep uh, their pace with the with the pace of rapid technologies, with the changing world, uh, uh, what we can changing way of world, right? So they have to follow reputable blockchain news websites, blogs, forums, these platforms like blockchain, I'm talking about the blockchain, right? Similarly for each and every technology. But when we are taking the examples of blockchain, they have to they have to go through the blockchain news, blockchain websites, blogs, forums. There are certain platforms which are giving excellent insights, analysis, and even updates on latest trends like developments, and even they are giving innovations, what innovations in blockchain spaces, right? There. So you have to use those kind of platforms. You have to keep watching those kind of platforms. Secondly, attending blockchain conferences, seminars, and even webinars like this kind of event will give definitely some value or some extra advantage or some knowledge of blockchain to the people who are really interested in the blockchain. So they have to keep doing this. It's another effective way to stay informed, right? These events bring together experts, thought leaders, and even enthusiasts to discuss emerging trends, right? Sharing knowledge and showcases new technologies and projects, right? So you have to keep understanding new technologies and projects and what's happening in the network, right? This kind of small 1 2 hour podcast also gives a lot of value. So if you attend a complete 1 day workshop or 2 days workshop on blockchain technology, that will give really immense value, right? Thirdly, the third point is we can say that participating in blockchain communities. Like, see, as I told, the GBA is another blockchain community of US. Blockchain Council is one community, right? Apart from that, India Blockchain Forum is in India, right? Apart from that, there are Dubai blockchain conferences and blockchain communities are there in UAE network. So you have to keep attending or keep being a keep involving yourself in this kind of communities. And once you are already inside the network and the community, inside the people around, you can definitely get valuable networking opportunities, and you can get access of real time discussions and blockchain related topics. That's what another point, right? Apart from that, like, see, I have recently started newsletters on my LinkedIn platforms, right? So similarly,
Okay.
similarly, there are many newsletters available on blockchain technology on LinkedIn and other platforms. So people have to start subscribing. Like, if you have an interest in blockchain, you have to start subscribing those kind of newsletter, at least one newsletter a month. If you read, that will give real time knowledge and real time access to these technologies. And
So we have one question from the
okay,
audience, which I would like to bring up.
okay.
So this is one they posted. So it was not appearing on that. I reposted it again here. In what ways blockchain technology contributes to improving transparency and accountability in various industries?
What ways can I please?
Like, I brought the question onto
Okay,
the platform.
just one. Yeah.
Yeah.
In what ways can blockchain technology contribute to improving transparency and accountability in various industries? Okay, see, the generic answer of this question is like, see, it brings a lot of transparencies and accountability, because when each and every transactions gets recorded in one ledger, and that ledger is available across all the people who are involved in this process, in that process, right? Then definitely it will give add more transparency. But yeah, it differs to industry, right? Like, which industry you are referring, right? So like, let's say, when we are talking about education industry, right? So what kind of transparency it brings? Like, any students or professors or college stakeholders, or even cross border universities, if they want to get information about particular one student, they can get it with the help of their private key, public key, combinations of the blockchain network. So it means like it added value to the that particular uh, uh, community of education, right? And it will bring transparency amongst them. Right? Now, accountability is what, like, when if you consider the smart contract, when any conditions are met, right? Any conditions are met, the contract gets automatically triggered, many actions in it can be converted into what we can say in converted into the desired result, right? So when that is there, it means like each and every stakeholder who involved in that process is automatically accountable. He has to perform his action. Without performing their actions, the entire process will get stopped or will get held, right? So that is accountability. So it differs. The clear answer of this question is that it differs from process to process, from industry to industry. But yeah, it can bring huge transparency and accountability as a whole.
Thank you very much with the insightful discussion. My viewpoints are the pointers that I wanted to be clarified. We are good on that, and I would like to summarize what we discussed. There, with blockchain adaptability, it is not only to cryptocurrency, which is it is not a reference to cryptocurrency. There are other functionalities that blockchain
Right,
addresses, which is distributed ledger and lot of encryption and decryption of data can be there. There are wide variety of use cases we
right,
discussed. And we discussed on healthcare, we discussed on supply chain management, we talked on real estate, we spoke on insurance, uh, many other cases that we discussed. Amazing insights were given on that. Then we discussed how government can influence the use of this technology. That's the other discussion point that we
right.
had. We have shared certain resources which can be used to understand what is blockchain. That is one thing. I'll take a list from you on what you have mentioned and put it on to the chat box here so that people can refer that while they are looking at this session on comment section, and that way they can refer to those documents on blockchain is what. With this, we would like to conclude the show. Thank you very much for being part of the show, Chirag, today. Great insights, a lot of knowledge. uh, I hope the audience also would have a lot of takeaways from this. Uh,
Thank you, Prem Kumar. It was really a good event you organized, and like such kind of podcast will definitely give value to the audience. And it for me also, it's a good experience so far. And
yeah,
your audience can be touched touched upon. Like if they want to have any kind of information, they can come to my LinkedIn at any point of time. We can have a better discussion.
yeah. I'll drop in the LinkedIn public profile of Chirag on the
Right.
chat. And Chirag, if you can add those comments on what references you made it to the audience today, that way it will help the audience to look at those
Definitely.
resources. Thank you very much. With this, we conclude the session. Thank you very
Thanks.
much,
Thanks
sir.
all. Good night.